Well, guys, an investigation into Ultimate Team is happening or happened, and the investigation itself is kind of annoying a little bit, actually, if you're like an FC head, but we're going to talk about that. There's basically right now the whole debate. I mean, there is no shortage of decisions that just make you go, what? Like this crafting upgrade that came out, but we're going to talk about that. And the market has rebounded, which is nice to see. If we did lose coins, it's not the end of the world. It's the last day of the Ballon d'Or loans, which some of you are going to like, some of you are not going to like. But we'll get into everything. Okay. Thank you all for being here, by the way. I did not upload for 2 days. I apologize. I had a terrible migraine yesterday, so I was like, fucking, there's no way I'm looking at light for the next 3 hours. I felt terrible not uploading, but we're good now. Okay, let's get into the more complaints that we just keep receiving, right? If you guys would like to buy coins, you can go to mmoxp.com. There will be a link in the description. They are the cheapest and safest option. You can use my code JFC at checkout for a 5% discount. And I think that it's no secret that the FIFA community just does love to complain, okay? We definitely do. There's no way to, I feel like, get around that. We definitely love to complain. Now, to me, there's a lot to complain about, so it does make sense. Of course, also, there's a lot to complain about. People will then just find shit that isn't probably complaint worthy to complain about. So, two things can be true at once. There's a lot to complain about in this game because EA are basically making some of the stupidest content choices, and also, there are FIFA fans that will just complain about literally anything no matter what. So, I want to just rule that out right away, but what the hell is this crafting upgrade? I mean, this is just terrible, guys. Ooh, 80 by 3 for 80. 80 times completing that SBC, guys. We'll get you an 80 by 3 pack. 81 by 3 for the 100 times, plus an 82 by 5 pack. Okay, great. That's what we love to see. Let's compare this to last year's. Spreadsheet Josh, we got Centurion's crafting upgrade last year on October 30th, mind you. Today is the 12th of November, depending on when you're seeing this video. It was the same upgrade SBC. Look at the milestone rewards by comparison. There was a reward every 10 rather than every 20, 3 jumbo premium golds, 3 rare electrums, 83 by 2, 83 2, 84 2, 80 by 10, and 75 by 24 for the entire thing. This is, I mean, it's just, this might be a mistake, guys. Genuinely, I feel like this is so bad that it could be a mistake. It's one of those things for me because I'm like, holy shit, who thought that was a good idea? And it once again sparked just a ton of debate on Twitter today. The Pentez was tweeting about it, I think, just being like, crafting upgrade completionist is woeful. This Ballon d'Or upgrade we're gonna get into now needs an 84 rated squad because of 2 brick slots, which this also feels like almost some sort of mistake too. Ballon d'Or upgrade, earn a pack containing 4 rare gold player items, 80 or higher, 1 guaranteed to be above 85. We're like, okay, that's an interesting pack. I know it's just a random little challenge SBC, right? You see it's 81 rated. You're like, oh, that's pretty nice. You get an 85 rated player at least in there for basically just like an 81 set of players, except there's 2 brick slots. You need like an 84-ish team pretty much. I mean, I don't know. You need an 84 rated team basically to get 1 85 or higher guaranteed in the pack, and what, 4 other 80 rated players probably, or sorry, 3 other 80 rated players only. I mean, I don't know who's thinking this is a good idea or what's going on here. Some people might say that the Centurion's crafting upgrade pretty much has to be worse, basically because of duplicate storage. Now you're gonna open 75 by 3s a bunch, and you're probably gonna get duplicates in there, and you get to keep them now instead of just, you know, waste them basically, or have to go in and rinse them every single time, which, and in that case, would not even help you. If you were going to go and rinse your duplicates every time, it actually wouldn't even it wouldn't even be helpful. But most people would go through and just like discard the duplicates, right? So technically you're going to get more cards probably than you would have last year, so it's worse, right? But the thing is I think we all could probably still agree it's still pretty bad. And then also I'd love some communication about that, sort of just give their thought process on why they're doing certain things. But we will never get that on things like this because they can't admit, hey, we think it's better for you, so like we're going to make it worse. I think they could admit that because we're all grown-ups and we all can acknowledge the fact that if we get duplicate storage, we can, you know, have some compromises, right? Because they don't want to make things too easy for us. I think we can understand that, but I guess the problem with that is that we are not all adults, and that's a very big problem. Some of us are children. on this game, forming gambling addictions already, but that's neither here nor there. And then people started talking about the Centurions promo altogether, how it was nowhere near as good as last year's Centurions promo. You know, people were talking about Eusebio last year. Eusebio was actually released in December last year, but what do we do to deserve this, EA? It's like, okay, when talking about the complainers out there, but Police League's unpopular opinion, releasing SBCs like Eusebio, Hullet, and Jairzinho too early ruins the game. And it's like, yeah, I think most people can probably agree that, yeah, you don't want to release things too early. Like that you would not want to do. But also, could we have gotten better Centurions content? Absolutely, we could have. So this is where the dichotomy comes in of the people who say, oh, you just constantly complain and you don't do anything else. You're giving those people ammo because you probably are complaining about shit that doesn't need to be complained about. And then also the people who constantly complain and do nothing besides that, almost no matter what comes out. We know EA definitely give them fuel because there's a lot to complain about. So this is where you end up with a divided community, which then in turn doesn't do anything good for us because EA don't mind when we're divided because we're bickering amongst ourselves instead of talking about the real problem, which is obviously upward. Okay, the title of the video, it's a Dexerto article, which obviously, as you guys know, it's a giant gaming slash streaming slash other shit content Twitter page, which I was like, oh, okay, kind of a mainstream sort of outlet talking about FC Ultimate Team, and there's some sort of investigation going on. I was like, okay, now we're getting somewhere. I like this. So this is the tweet, and we'll talk about the article here in a sec. Dexerto investigation into eafc 25 Ultimate Team has revealed a community on PC are driving up the cost of the best cards by manipulating the coin system. It's funny because this investigation, you know, this has been happening for a long time in FC or FIFA. It's been happening for a long time in the PC market. So this isn't really something that's new per se. So, no, an investigation into this is like, okay, can we get, you know, maybe some more resources into something else perhaps? If Dexerto, who's got a bunch of resources, and games journalists can be like talk about some other shit that probably is more important to talk about. But it did highlight the hacker problem, which is an important thing to talk about right now. It showed Discord screenshots of like a cheating or hacking Discord with people manipulating the sliders and stuff like that. What's pretty damning here is you might not even fully be aware eventually that you're even playing against somebody who's got cheats, because trying to find the balance myself of giving my opponent normal settings but me having a clear edge. It's like there could be some sort of sweet spot setting here where it's like you kind of can't prove the guy's cheating, but his shot error is at something like 5, where his shots are just flying in, but yet it's not like obvious he's cheating. He's moving a little bit faster than you, but just marginally, where you kind of can't tell if it's blatant he's cheating. There are also mentions of a disconnect glitch in this paragraph here and in this Discord screenshot right there. But it just was annoying to see kind of like this be the sort of tagline maybe, or the headline, when it's not really something that's new. It's a problem, of course, but I would have loved to see, I think the comments on here would have loved to see EA when it comes to creating trash games. I think the comments down here, like Rage Effect, who's a FUT trader, right? I mean, thanks for this insightful and surprising discovery. Yeah, it happens every year. It doesn't make it good, but let's put these resources into, you know, finding out, maybe digging a little bit deeper into the inner workings of the game, contacting employees, right, anonymously, asking about the gameplay, why there's so many mistakes. You know, is there some reason will anonymous employees, you know, talk about the mistakes like that? That's where I feel like it'd be kind of interesting to see. But the hacking issue is just, you know, it's a gaming problem right now that I don't know how there's necessarily like the best way to fix it. I don't really know. And quote unquote better companies have had a really hard time dealing with that. And EA do have like unlimited resources, but I would not be shocked to see them struggle with that same problem as well. It's not an excuse though. Okay, there was this Donk tweet, one of the most viral tweets of the day. Same sentiment we talked about on my second channel. Ballon d'Or event was an L. Shouldn't be in champs or rivals, whatever. Should be in separate friendlies mode. It's the last day to use these Ballon d'Or loans, right? I just think that the casual player who just doesn't get to afford Mbappe until months from now, I mean, we're talking a long time from now, they get to use Mbappe and Ultimate Team with no game limit. You can get your Rivals Awards done with it. You can get squad battles done with it. You can get FUT champs done with an Mbappe plus somebody else, right? That, I think, has to be considered a good thing for casuals. Like, I think that has to be. Now, the market ramifications, like, that is a whole other debate. The card stats themselves, that debate where it's like they juice them up so much where they're clearly, like, far and away the best cards in the game. You can talk about that and maybe how they should have done that, too. Maybe just do gold Mbappe if you want to give Mbappe out. That's fine, but I think we shouldn't just forget the fact that people who don't get to use these cards just got to use them this weekend, which I think has to be considered a good thing, right? And tied for the most viral tweet today was just 5 non-gameplay things we need in FC FC25, evolving cards and chance, improved promo, pack weight, etc. I mean, it's not stuff you guys are probably new to seeing, but there was basically nothing positive to say about the game today, which is why I want to highlight, for one, how the community is feeling, right? Because I don't want to be in an echo chamber of constant negativity or hopeless positivity, right? I don't want to be impartial, right? I try and get the temperature of the community. I try and get the temperature of my comment section. Obviously, to me, that is where, you know, the more intelligent discourse lies, because some of the guys you see on Twitter probably wouldn't watch my type of content that's just like talking to you guys and maybe more nuanced points of view. It doesn't really get the clicks. It doesn't get the super easy engagement that you'd see on Twitter, on YouTube, or whatever. But yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments, of course, because that's where I really kind of try and see where the intelligent community is at, right? Okay, the market. Hey, it kind of bounced back today. Youngman Sun, 121. We're getting there. The Ballon d'Or loans are not even done yet, and we're already getting there. We're not even towards the Rivals Awards time like I thought we'd probably really see the market have rebounded up towards. I think we'll see it tomorrow on Wednesday. We'll see the market start to go back up even more again, so it's nice to see that, because if you lost a bunch of coins, you'll at least make some back. But of course, we are getting towards Black Friday, another week towards Black Friday. It's still a little ways away. You don't have to panic, but just keep it in the back of your mind that it's gonna be somewhat close. Next week, around this time, post Weekend League, you'll see people start to think about it. You might start to see a little bit of selling around that time, so just be aware that that could start like next week. Post Weekend League, perhaps. I want to try this Van Nistelrooy card out really badly, by the way. If you guys have used this card, let me know if you have liked him or if you thought, yeah, he was okay or bad. But this week should be a nice little bounce back on the gold cards. I think you probably will be good this week for sure. They're already rising back up right now. If you're wondering, there are pretty much no leaks right now. We only have the Kelly O'Hara SBC, which has been leaked and has not come out yet, but there's nothing new, no news about a Centurions player SBC, like no news at all about Team 2, nothing. Just Kelly O'Hara, and that's it. Okay, let's read my second channel's comment section now, because that video got like 200 comments or something like that. A lot of discussion in the comments, so that was really cool. Plus, it helps in the algorithm, so that just helps a lot for me, selfishly, so it helped it do well, I think. Register says, I still can't believe why they nerfed passing in their first patch. This year's passing feels like FC24 passing, only with the tiki-taka play style, and that's what's kind of weird to me. I remember the first patch came out, and it said that even the first time X passes, they were nerfing, and I was extremely confused by that, because I'm like, is that really one of the problems right now? The first time no scope 360 through balls with long ball plus players, that's obviously a problem, but were the first time X passes a problem? Like, I did not think that they were at all. Maybe there's something I'm not seeing here, but I cannot fathom why they patched that. And if you're going to make this game the way it is, passing is obviously very, very important. If you want to make it slower gameplay, then you're going to make passing important, because the ball moves faster than the man, which makes sense. But why would you make passing suck when it's so pivotal to your game? That's why it's weird. But of course, they would probably do that because then you need high passing players, more likely to go to the store then, because you need those icons type guys, right? And FS1903 says, I think my problem with the Evos is the paywall. Trying to play with a unique team is impossible without putting life savings into FIFA points. And I think that that's kind of been a weird issue right now too, is a lot of these Evos are paid, and I'd say like the majority of them have been paid for the last couple weeks. Maybe not majority, maybe half. I would say half are probably paid the last couple weeks. Some of them have not really been worth like the coins. It just sucks to see when you're talking about somebody like you who probably wants to play with a unique team, you know, Evo some guys from like your local team or whatever they are, right? And the boost isn't even that great, especially when you want to Evo cards that are like silvers, more like, right? And you got to pay 80, 90, 100K for that. I mean, that's where it really sucks, because I think you can make paid Evos, but you have to make them like good, because obviously there's going to be weaknesses in an evolution card. There's going to be weaknesses in places randomly where they didn't upgrade them. So to me, you got to make it pretty good to have it be paid. And I'm actually okay with them having paid ones, because then you actually know what you're buying. But when you drop ones that are 80K or 90K or 100K that like aren't actually that good, then you just fuck over like kind of everybody in that way. And at 106, just like, who gives a shit about Basin's opinion? He gives EA 200K per year. To me, I think his opinion still does matter, because he has a big audience, right? So his opinion can still influence people. And obviously, I would like to see people's opinions who are maybe pro EA a little bit more just kind of consider the possibility that it's not all sunshine and roses, which most of them know. But it's important to approach things without hostility, right? Because if you just approach something with hostility, even though you know you're correct, like the fact that Bateson gives a lot of money to EA a year, you know that's not correct, right? We all know that that's not correct. But if you go and just fucking go immediately to abuse the guy, it's like, okay, well, what do you think he's gonna do then? He's probably gonna give EA the money and just completely throw out all of your opinions that you just had. I'm not saying you specifically were being hostile or that you even care if Bateson didn't care about your opinion, right? So even you might not even give a shit about that. But I'm saying with our community, it's better to not be so hostile immediately, even when most of us know, I mean, it's all an opinion, of course, but I mean, we're pretty obviously well aware giving EA that amount of money is probably not a good thing. It's just important to approach things without hostility, because then the person is just going to immediately rule out your opinion no matter what. So just a general thing. And our community as well, the synergy between the creators is like not what it used to be at all. It's not there anymore. That always has really pissed me off recently. I don't know why I said pissed me off. It's been annoying to me, or it's been like sad to see that the collabs are like gone. Everyone doesn't like each other because some people like EA, some don't. Some are, you know, I don't know what's going on with our community anymore. The creators don't like talk to each other like they used to. It sucks. Camaraderie just isn't what it once was or what it at all could be, and that's frustrating to me. But I don't even know what I'm talking about anymore. Thank you all for listening and being here. I appreciate every single one of you. I love you all. Peace.